Howdy folks, back with some more videos. Finally have a chance to record a few. Got an idea for a little series of showing you some licks that contain at least what I call passing chords. So instead of like fixed position licks where your left hand stays the same and your right hand does all the work, which I think are really hard to get the right hand, is we're working on ones where the left hand changes positions on the fingerboard while you're doing the lick. And they sound really good and they look kind of fancy, but in a lot of cases they're easier than the fixed position licks because your right hand's a little bit easier to do. So we're going to do one or two videos for C licks and then some D licks. And if you kind of pay attention to the overall theme about what's happening, it'll also kind of open the door to doing some slower backup stuff, some of that. So I may do a video on that a little bit later. But right now I'm going to focus on more traditional kind of medium up-tempo songs where you can do licks involving the C and also the D. So the ones that involve the C are going to involve your low C position. Okay, we're really just mainly focusing on the left hand's the first and second string. Okay, you're going to be changing position with that. And you're going to be going in between different positions of the same chord. So if we're in C, that's kind of the lowest position C on the fingerboard. And then a lot of times you're going to be sliding into what's the bar shaped, except you're not doing the whole bar on the 5th fret. That's still a C. Okay. So one of the easiest ones you can do, and this one will work for either a solo or work in your backup because it's not too flashy, is on songs where you've got one measure of C in it, like Blue Ridge Cabin Home, something like that, is half the measure you do low, and the other half you do at the next position, okay, at the 5th fret. Okay, so... I remember the words. There's a well-beaten path on this old mountainside where I wandered when I was a lad. Okay, so hopefully you can hear that. Wandered along to the place I call home, to the Blue Ridge Hills far away. So the first half of the measure is low, and then you're sliding on the second string, and I put my my middle finger down on the 2nd fret and slide into it. So okay, and then you're just doing a basic forward roll with your right hand, whatever kind of works out for you on that. Okay, that's one you can do. And the other, next one you can do is you can start incorporating what I think of as the passing chord. It's something that's not really a C chord, but it kind of helps get you there, okay? So kind of like when you're in G, the kickoff, it's kind of like that, except when you're on the C chord, if you're playing out of the key of C, that's a good way to kick off the song or part of your break. Except when I think about being in the key of G, and I'm going to start back at the low position, and instead of going straight to the 5th fret, we're going to stop at the 3rd fret along the way. So okay, so you're still taking the one measure like Blue Ridge Cabin Home, and breaking it up kind of into the first half, and then you're stopping here briefly to get a pinch, and you go into the 5th. Okay, pretty easy to do. Okay, and it's helping kind of opening up the doors there to sliding up the fingerboard, getting in the passing chords. And if you understand how some of these work, it will help you later on when you're doing slow backup and transfer to other keys and further up the neck and those kind of things. All right, one more I want to show you, and it's probably one of my favorites, and that is we go from the low position And we're actually just doing kind of single string, so it really breaks up the roll. So you're doing second string and then first string each time, and then sliding into the 5th fret, and then sliding into the 8th fret. And that gets you the C7th sound. Gets you that 7th note. Same thing you do on the split position. So that won't work on every song, but some of the songs you could do it on 9-Pound Hammer, or a million of them, Shucking the Corn, or Rolling My Sweet Baby's Arms. Lay around the shack till the mail train comes back. Kind of got that tension and that C7 sound to it. This lick will work. So you really just kind of abandon the roll and you go second string, first string, second string, first string, slide, second string, first string, slide into the 8th fret. Okay, I'm a 9-pound hammer, it's a little too heavy for my size. Yeah, and that one definitely would not be a backup lick, unless you're just really quiet on it, but it's pretty flashy, and you wouldn't want to overuse this one or any lick. But this one especially, it's pretty unique and recognizable because it's so syncopated and it breaks up the roll. So you can try that on some songs and it'll work on a lot, and some of them you try it and it's like, ew. If it's really kind of straight and traditional and it doesn't have the C7 when you go to the C chord, if it doesn't, you don't feel that 7, then don't do it. You can kind of stick to the first things I showed you. And sometimes you can go up and come back down. That's what I'm going to show in the next video. Okay, something like that. But I'll save that for the next video, so be looking for that. Thanks a lot.